Society is always on the lookout for good economic indicators. An economic indicator should be timely and accurate. However, we see that the alternative indicators that end up capturing the minds of society have a salacious quality to them, as opposed to being accurate and timely. It's a worthwhile exercise to try and predict recessions. It can help us with making personal decisions, such as whether we should go ahead and move abroad, change our jobs, undertake risky projects, or adjust our investment portfolios. The question is, what metrics can we trust at the end of the day to inform our decision making? How do we know that we are about to enter a recession? Let's run through a few examples. In tough times, more people want to enlist in the Marines, and this forces the US Marine Corps to produce television advertisements that look more grueling to discourage the demand. In a downturn, less underwear is bought compared to that of other consumer goods. It is also said that men wear more ties during a recession to appear harder at work. Also, the size of Happy Meal toys decreases, and new skyscraper projects stalls. One of the first alternative indicators are known as the hemline index, created in the 1920s by George Taylor. The hemline index predicts that women wear shorter skirts when the economy is in a good shape. Most of these alternative metrics are anecdotal and have not been put to a test, but the hemline index has, by two researchers, Marjolein van Baardwijk and Philip Hans Francis at the Erasmus School of Economics. They find, studying a period from 1921 to 2009, that the urban legend holds true, that skirts do indeed increase in length in times of economic depression, but with a time lag of about 3 years. The conclusion they reached is the same conclusion obtained by other researchers studying similar phenomena. These indicators provide lagging signals of what is or has been happening, as opposed to a leading indication of what might be to come. That should not take away the interest in studying some of these phenomena. The hemline index could help us to understand the inextricable link between fashion and the economy. In the 1920s, the flappers, with their short bob hairstyles, short skirts with cigarettes dangling from painted lips, could have been a reaction from the wave of economic prosperity in the roaring 20s that put conservatism at hold by establishing large spending campaigns to recover from the wartime devastation. The Depression years and the years leading to and after the Second World War saw a move back towards conservatism and a lengthening of the skirt. It wasn't long after until the 60s miniskirt became fashionable, and then later on the rah-rah skirt in the 18s Reagan era. The question we might want to ask is whether this trend has held true for the 2008 recession. From 2010 to 2012, the midi skirt and the maxi skirt were the most common skirts and dress styles, with the hemline standards being the longest they have been since the Great Depression. Of course, what we're looking at is the averages and the general trend of lengths as opposed to the diversity of lengths at the time. So, although these indicators do not provide us with much predictive power, they do give us a glimpse into the human psyche. Another great example is the buttered popcorn index, which simply states that we attend cinemas more during times of financial distress. The reason being that we want to escape our economic realities. The National Association of Theatre Owners reports that box office receipts rose in 6 of the last 7 recessions, despite severely affecting other industries. Of course, there are more financially sophisticated metrics that are trusted and reported, like yield curves, confidence surveys, and employment data, to name a few. Unlike the alternative metrics, these do often provide good leading indicators of recessions. In fact, David Kelly, the chief global strategist for JP Morgan, wrote an article for the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago and studied just that topic. He shows that by combining several dull-sounding macroeconomic measures, he can get a pretty good prediction outcome that performs up to 80% better than a random coin flip. In a future video, I will investigate what the best performing metrics are when we try and predict recessions and discuss whether we can trust them to predict future recessions.